Hi guys, welcome back to Mecca 5 Stars, YouTubers News Edition. So guys, I just want to send out my condolences and to everyone out there who's been going through a lot of disaster with the hurricane. And also, I want to send out my prayers and everything going to those who are maybe in the path of the new hurricane coming in. And so I just want to let you know that you all are in my prayers. And, let's just pray for one another. Now, guys, let's go into Misty's situation. Princess Misty, she broke down. She went to a deep, depressing breakdown, emotional breakdown because the baby wasn't going to sleep. As you know, she's been going through a lot with her son's dad. And unfortunately, she gave birth to the baby very early, around the time when she was going through a lot of distress with her baby's father. During her pregnancy, she even reported that he hit her. And also, there was an altercation on camera when he did tend to go after her. As far as the camera showed, it didn't physically show him strike her, but you can see that he did go after her. And that information, you can search it up on YouTube. But so she's been through a lot, and apparently they're not together anymore. However, she did have the baby early, very early. The baby, I believe, was only 1 pound. I'm not sure how many pounds the baby is now, but she did go through a lot of complications, and the baby did remain in the hospital for a very long time. So during that time, it was basically pretty much her. I seen maybe 1 or 2 videos when someone, maybe 2, when her mom went to the doctors with her, and the first part I seen a video when before her and the father initially broke up. He went to the hospital with her mom, and the mom and her only really decorated the hospital room, but the baby remained in there for a very long time. And during the visits, pretty much it was just her, going to visit the baby and make sure that the baby was doing good and everything like that. So now the baby is home, praise God, and the baby seems to be doing great. However, she got on camera and she was breaking down. She said she can't do this. And she said her life is over. And she was crying and breaking down. And because the baby was 5 o'clock in the morning and the baby wasn't going to sleep, and she just broke down. So I understand where some parents do get overwhelmed because the babies they're babies. So sometimes they do stay up all times of the night. However, what you have to do as parents is, to those of you who have babies, are staying up all night or whatever, what you have to do is you have to develop a schedule. You have to. During the day, normally, because I used to work with babies, very young babies. You have to put the babies down. When the babies wake up in the morning, okay, you get them up in the morning. You have to have a routine with them. They have to have their breakfast in the morning. And then during the morning until like 12 o'clock, you have to do little exercises with them. Like maybe put on a cartoon, sit them in front of the cartoon while you clean up, play music, keep them interactive, read a book to them in the afternoon, keep them active with them. You have to maybe sit down and when you're cleaning up, put on cartoons, play music, have them propped up, and let them know that it's the daytime now. It's time for them to be up. When it's time for their nap, about 11 or 12 o'clock, let them lay down for about 1.5 to 2 hours only, and then get them up about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. Then at 3 o'clock, they're up. It's time for their dinner, and then they have to do more activities, maybe play, shake a ball in front of them, or put a cartoon on, or read to them or something. Have them propped up. Do not let them know let them lay down and have them time for bed, because no. Okay, so real early babies, they tend to want to go to sleep during the morning. So in the morning, you might want to, after they eat their food, and you let them listen to a cartoon and you read them a book. Maybe for about an hour, you can let them rest for a minute, but then you have to get them up. You have to get them up during the afternoon and let them know it's afternoon time. They have to have a schedule, okay? And so with this schedule, they might be taking little tiny little naps, but don't let them keep taking little naps all day, because they're going to be up by 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? So if you do that, if you want them to set a schedule, but prepare with a newborn baby, they're going to be up between every 2 to 4 hours. They're going to be up. So it's best for you as a parent to start and getting rest when they lay down. You have to rest too. When they lay down, you have to get your rest as well. So it's best that when they're up, you do what you need to do and you lay down. Now, she said that she can't do this and that her life is over till the baby turns 18. Honey child, I'm here to tell you your life, you're going to be taking care of them kids. I don't care. It's not over. Beyond 18, it's not over. You're going to have to tend to your kids for life, pretty much. I mean, rather it's mental support, rather it's physical, as far as like financial or some type of help, far as talking to them and guiding them throughout life. And your children is always going to lean on you for something, rather it's mental support or advice or something. So motherhood never stops. Once they turn 18, it still continues. But another thing I noticed, that the baby was crying a lot during the video. Okay, it's not like the baby was pacifying and cooing. The baby was taking a pacifier, spitting it out and crying. So sometimes with that, when you feed a baby formula, formula tends to make babies gassy. So with that being said, maybe it's best that if she would have just remained calm, because babies do tend to act off of your feelings as well. They tend to act off how you react, and they feel every emotion. Babies are very vulnerable that way. So if they feel that you're upset, then they're upset. So, but anyway, what you have to do is when the babies feel gassy, you hold them up close to your chest, because your chest is like a cushion and feels great on their tummy. So you hold not tight. You don't want to suffocate the baby, but you hold the baby up there and you pat them down a little bit like that. And sometimes the gas will start to move out. And then sometimes what I used to do with my baby is I used to take my hand, have the baby up here, pat a little bit and massage down the sides, like have my fingers like this. And as I was patting, I would massage down the sides. Massage down the sides, nice and slow and easy. Pat a little bit, massage down the sides, rub the back a little bit, and then all that gas will be coming out. Another good way to do it is lay them on your lap and then fold them over a little bit while they're on your lap and pat a little bit their back, just softly. And the gas comes out that way too, because they're like leaning over a little bit, humped over. If they're not against your chest where the cushion is in their stomach a little bit, then you can lean them over like this. They're on your lap. They're on your lap. This is your lap down here, right? So they're on your lap. You can lean them forward over your hand. Have them have your chest on their have your hand on their little chest area and their little head, gripping it. And then this part is on your lap, so you do have a grip on them, and pat, and rub the sides like that, and rub and pat, and that gas come right out. So a lot of times the babies be gassy, and then they might have colic, and so with colic comes a lot of gas, and then they also have colic drops that you could give the baby, but you ask your doctor for them, or ask your doctor if you can use them to ease the gas out the baby's belly, because they be hurting, honey. And while you're crying and getting upset, your baby is hurting. So you have to remain calm and get that gas out that baby, and that baby feel more comfortable and go to sleep. But as that gas come out, then you can lay them down a little bit, wrap them, put them up there, pat them a little bit, and they'll go right on to sleep, honey. after you give them maybe a little bit of bottle, a little bit of milk, you have to always make sure that you pat the children very well after they drink their bottles, because again, that stuff is gassy. You can't pat, and hear them go, and then that's it. And that you think, okay, you burped, that's it. No, you have to pat them a couple of more times to get that gas out. Now, again, guys, I just want to put this little disclosure in there. I just wanted to say it again. I am not a doctor. This is just a method I did with my babies. Now, before you try this method, I would advise that you please ask your doctor first, because I don't know what could be possibly wrong with your child. I'm just saying what my babies were going through, right? And so you want to get in contact with your doctor first. They might want to see the baby to make sure that it's even gas that's causing the problem. And sometimes, and you never know with certain babies or certain people even, some people can't have massages. It might be bad for them. Who knows? Like some people who have other major health problems aren't supposed to be massaged. So you might want to check with your doctor before you do this. But I'm just telling you what happens with my babies when I find out that when I feel like they're gassy and they're still... when I feel like they're gassy and they're still passing a lot of gas, this is something I do for my babies. So again, just consult your doctor before trying my method. But anyway, and then try to get those real good bottles that don't keep a lot of air in them. Try to get good bottles. But she was upset. She was crying. And, she says she don't feel like she have much support. The father is she feel like the father has his life and she doesn't have it. Well, that's normally how it goes. When you have a baby, it normally falls on the parent. And it normally falls on the mom. And we're the nurturers. So it's time when young girls out there, if you plan on having a baby, in a way, I'm glad that she did put this out there, how difficult it is and how hard it is to have a newborn baby, because a lot of young people don't have a clue, don't even have an idea that you're going to be up all times of the night. Even when you get them on a schedule to be up more during the day, it's better for you because they will sleep longer at night, but they still will get up, newborns, between 2 and 4 hours. So you might as well be prepared to lay down when they lay down and get up when they're up. I had to do this for a very long time out of babyhood. I had to do this when my son was a toddler, because as you can hear, I have an autistic son. And so he's up all times of the night. Sometimes he up all times during the, early in the morning. And I have to get up with him. I have to make sure he's not going outside out the doors. I have to make sure he's not eating what he's not supposed to eat. And I have to be up. I have to be alert. So I used to have to sleep during the day when he would, and he doesn't take naps. So that's even worse. So sometimes he's up until now. Lately, I'm glad he's going to sleep a little later. And he's getting up in the morning a little later. But before, he would go to sleep 4 o'clock in the evening, and then have me up in the morning about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I had to be up. That was my very well routine. So if I didn't go to sleep that night when he was in sleep between 6 or 7, and I was up to 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, oh well, I would just have to really be back up again at 5 o'clock. So you have to sleep when they sleep, and you have to set your schedule around them. But I feel bad because she's really upset, guys. She is so upset, and she was crying and she was going through it. So I feel bad for her. But yeah, you have to get yourself on a routine, because if you're not on a routine, you're going to be going through this. It's going to be hectic. You're going to be dealing with a lot of problems and a lot of crying and being upset. But she broke down, guys. And so, yeah, that's what's going on with Misty. So, guys, let's try to go over there and show her some support. Send her some advice on what she can do. Her YouTube channel name is Princess Misty. You can go watch her and follow her journey from when she had her baby to when she was able to bring her baby home. All right, guys, please make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more. Bye for now.